On the 23rd of May 2025, my name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango. As we delve straight into the bulletin, now Minister of State for Public Service Mary Grace Mugasa has thanked President Jessica Alupo for choosing her among many by appointing her to cabinet. Mugasa has this Friday held a public Thanksgiving ceremony in Kikube district, an event graced by the president of this country, President Jessica Alupo, as the chief guest. On his part, while addressing the congregation, President Museveni reiterated the need for leaders to mobilize the masses towards education and wealth creation. Let's hear more from Onyango Robert.
Aloysius Mugasa omtwes adiere rugai kando kwa muihwa wa abasita n'abana baitu musembere hano abamuti babamanyire abamuni babamanya musembere hano mwanguhe
bale kumuha obugatwa obwihanga lya Uganda ninkuraganiza nkutujja kwongera kumusagika akukore kurungi kandi akore hingalini
oza kusima mukama wange president habwo kwikiriza abantu babunyoro kukora naye mu government yawe kutandikira kimu hali nyewe prime minister wa Uganda omukuru Kasaija minister wa finance abana baitu ba ministers aba police na abandi bona mutero mu ngaro abantu babunyoro muzetu kuraganiza tubairemu hali omukafu tujja kukora titwakuswaza
ogwa okusima kwa mkamwana wange Mary Mugasa abokuba Mugasa mwiho wange mwana wa basita ati nkoze kurungi okuleta abantu bano bona ushobora kubaza nabo ibyo kushobora kubaza nabo nuko bigisha ngo okwebeberensi okore imirimo yensi ukutarubanizamo ebiyonjo ibyo bulemi ebiyonjo clean politics tubasomesa mureke okwecwamu madini mu Uganda kandi mureke kugaya abakazi no kugaya abana.
Well, we will have more details on that particular story in our 10 o'clock bulletin. As we move ahead, the Vice President, Jessica Alupo, has been elected and opposed the National Resistance Movement chairperson Veterans League for Katakwi district. The announcement for her election was made by James Otilem, the Katakwi district NRM registrar, after the other three contenders decided to withdraw from the race at the last moment.
The Vice President, Jessica Alupo, has been elected and opposed as the National Resistance Movement chairperson, Veterans League for Katakwi District. The announcement of her win was made by James Otilem, the Katakwi District NRM registrar, after the other three contenders, including Private Charles Ikabat, retired Colonel Basil Omodoi, decided to withdraw from the race at the last moment. Vice President Alupo says the election exercise was conducted freely and fairly, reflecting the core principles of the NRM. She urged all delegates to stay peaceful and united, regardless of the election outcome.
The Katakwi district NRM delegates electing me unopposed as the chairperson of the NRM Veterans League in Katakwi district. As you have seen, the exercise is free and fair. As you can see, the exercise demonstrates the core principles of NRM, and for this particular case, democracy is what the NRM government believes in, for the people to choose freely their leaders. I also appeal to them to be very peaceful during the course of the election, after the election, and when they return to their villages, to keep united regardless of the outcome of the results. Keeping united will make us work very easily, will make us strengthen the NRM party, and will make us transform our district and indeed the country very quickly. That demonstrates that the people of Uganda have confidence in the NRM party. And that demonstrates that the NRM party and government has groomed leaders in different categories.
The candidates who withdrew from the race acknowledged the importance of respecting the voices of their superiors within the army and asked Ms. Alupo to advocate for the veterans to access government programs.
I've decided to withdraw and give that chance to Mama Jessica Alupo to continue with the post, being vice president, and also she's a capable woman. She can do much. She even connects us with the national team of the NRM and also the veteran affairs officers. So she's now taken from here, and I've given her, in fact, in my manifesto, that let her take care of the widows, take care of the orphans, and look at veterans affairs.
Time will come, and we have agreed that I will get that position next time. There was no pressure. That is what I showed us to UPDF office. You are not allowed to complain. This is the election. Somebody can pick interest that I let me decide to go and pick a form, and I consent for this. And if you realize later that to protect the image of UPDF, somebody can decide to this.
Over 600 delegates took part in the elections for women, youth, veterans, elders, entrepreneurs, and workers' league representatives across the 20 sub-counties and town councils within the district.
Now, the chairperson Electoral Commission for the National Resistance Movement, Dr. Tanga Odoi, has intervened to determine peaceful NRM structure elections in Barara City. Let's hear more.
The National Resistance Movement in Barara City has also conducted structure elections in different positions. At first, the elections had moved on well, but later, during the polls on the Entrepreneurs League position, NRM returning officer Sebuma Kawesa read the names in the voters' registers that were not matching with available voters. This escalated chaos and forced Honorable Robert Mwesigwa Rukari to call Dr. Tanga Odoi to come and manage this situation. Dr. Tanga Odoi urgently responded to the call and arrived at the scene.
Listen, we don't benefit by fighting.
Yes.
I have been in Tungamo killing election. Rampara, I left them to fight box first, then I'll go back. Okay. When you box, I go away. I cancel the election. Then I come back when you're okay. I'm going to sit with my staff. They brief me on what the altercation is about. And then we come up with a resolution and the election goes on.
Dr. Tanga called for a meeting between the returning officers, candidates, and Honorable Robert Mwesigwa Rukari.
We've cross-checked names. Name number 1, middle, and the last. They are the same names, with the list that Honorable carry. has. And I want to thank Honorable Kari for apologizing to my staff.
In his remarks, Dr. Tanga called for peaceful elections after resolving the matter.
When you have differences, let us interpret the regulation for you. Okay? Yes.
He also participated in the voting exercise. Tanga Odoi witnessed a peaceful election conducted, and Wilson Tumwine emerged the winner after going through unopposed. In his maiden speech after announcing him the winner, Twine promised to work with other elected leaders to mobilize support for the NRM in the forthcoming elections.
And since now they have chosen me again, I will be able to help our people in the city, increase membership of into our party.
Other leaders who won also had this to say.
I'm ready to organize the party and we put and create harmony. We have been having differences with the different politicians and especially in NRM. So wherever there is a problem, we're ready to come in.
The PWDs, we support our president even 100%. Because me, ever since I joined this NRM here in Barara, we had never received any opposition.
Kamwe, Bubiri, Bushatu.
Now, over 200 pilgrims from Kenya Thursday evening arrived at the Uganda-Busia border ahead of the annual 3rd June Martyrs' Day celebrations. The pilgrims are from Kisii, Nahitiri and Kisoko of Bugoma Diocese.
Seemed tired, but with faith to arrive at the Martyrs' Shrine in Namgongo. Wabuye Mary Stella, one of the pilgrims, brings us up to speed on how the group trekked from Bungoma this Sunday.
I begin this journey on Sunday, 18th at 9 a.m. at Christ the King Cathedral, Bungoma. From there we went up to Buyofu. Then from Buyofu we went to Kocholia. From Kocholia we went to St. Jude, Malaba. Then from Malaba we come to Busitemi. So right now we are here. We are going to Bukiri. Yes.
Experiencing their first time, but for me and this man around here, I have come for 18 years now. Except we broke down during Corona 2020 and 2021. But beginning from 2022, we have started every year. We are on the road here. We pray for ourselves, we pray for our friends in Uganda and in Kenya. Because
John Opondo, who is from Kisoko, Kenya, says they had spent a night at St. Jude Church in Busia town and hoped to arrive in Namgongo for the celebrations on 29th of this month.
We slept at St. Jude, Busia. Now from here we are going to Oudi, where we shall sleep. Then the following day we proceed on to Ibako, from Ibako, Uganda, as we continue like that.
Busia Traffic OC Alex Asimu says they are discouraging the pilgrims from moving in the night due to fear of accidents.
Some of them, they are not having reflectors, they are not seen on the road. So we are encouraging them to have a stopover, they have a rest as we are taking over in the morning. So they will not be moving night. They will be having stopover. Like ours who have crossed from Kisa, others have crossed from Bungoma, Kenya side. They will have a stopover at Buuni Catholic Church. They will sleep a night. Then tomorrow morning, Bujiri police will take over them up to Iganga. Then Iganga will take over to Lugazi as we are handing over and taking over.
Annually, over 200 foot pilgrims come from Kenya to commemorate the 3rd June Martyrs' Day celebrations in Namgongo. Reporting for ABC TV, Helen Barbara and Sando Martin.
Well, thank you very much there, Helen and Martin. Now, a hot contest has ensued among NRM party members vying for different positions in the party's district structures in Kampala. Contenders engaged in negotiations to decide who wins the position after voters found it hard to decide the winner through the voting exercise.
The NRM party recently launched structural elections, and the process, which commenced on 6th May 2025 at village level, was to strengthen the party's grassroots ahead of the 2026 general elections. Friday morning, the NRM party held elections for its district structures amidst a hotly contested and stiff competition in Kampala for different positions. Among the league posts contested for included publicity secretary, the elderly, persons with disabilities, workers, veterans, women and youth leagues, to mention but a few. At Nakasero Primary School in Kampala, the mood was normal at the start, amidst supporters cheering up their candidates. However, controversy erupted in the voting of the Veterans League committee, with each side accusing the other of ping-pong games, prompting Kampala RCC Shafiki Nsubuga and the DPC to deploy more security operatives. The tense situation further developed into a scuffle, and an iron arm was applied to resolve the situation. The electoral exercise took another twist in the process of voting the vice chairperson mainstream Kampala between Maureen Tumusime and her opponent, the incumbent, following Tumusime winning the voters lining behind her, which win was opposed by her rival. The two were engaged in negotiations, to which the incumbent conceded defeat. Maureen Tumusime vowed to cooperate with the party members.
My party and the people of Kampala Central Division for giving me chance, opportunity to serve them in the mighty party NRM on the position of the vice chairperson, NRM mainstream Kampala Central District. Today I have won, people have showed me love, and I ensure you we are going to serve to ensure that NRM wins in the Kampala Central Division.
Meanwhile, Kampala Affairs Minister Minsa Kabanda was unopposed for Kampala District Secretary for Finance, and Salimu Uhuru went through unopposed as Kampala LC5 chairman after their contenders pulled out of the race. They promised to strengthen the party's roots, especially to restore the party's glory in Kampala.
Unopposed. I'm so thankful to the people of Kampala Central Division for the trust they have put in me. And I'm assuring them that I work for them for the good of our country and for the good of Kampala. As a minister and as a person serving on the structure of NRM. It was the other time, but this time we are ready for them. We are ready for everybody. And I know we are going to win. Come 2026, we are going to win.
However, we had got challenges. We have been moving smoothly right from the village level. We have been on cohesion. We accept consensus. We accept, but now on the district level, we got a challenge with one of our members of the military called Emma Kutesa, who came disorganizing, planting people to stand against us. We are warning him, this is not Kawempe where you ashamed us. This is Kampala Central that has been NRM throughout.
The day's other winners committed themselves to unity.
I was contesting as the district youth chairperson of Kampala Central Division. We as NRM, we are in our electoral processing. We are here to see how we are going to attack the opposition.
However, some of the candidates condemned the party's electoral process.
Yes, and it's really absurd that in NRM, in our party structures, we can have people that are leading from village level, the person is a chairperson, and then they go up to sub-counties, maybe publicity, parishes, maybe secretary, and then in the district they of course own another position. It is really unfortunate. We have so many people in NRM. Everyone needs to lead, everyone needs to aspire for a position, but people are not given opportunities.
In Machindie, Hussein Luchamzi Kakoza has retained his seat as chairman, After beating his only rival Yasini Omar of Makinde East A with 160 votes to 63. The elections were held at St. Stephen's Anglican Church Lukuli.
Our leaders in NRM structure, and we are ready to support our NRM, and NRM is going to win matching their division in the coming election.
Some winners and losers who stood for various positions commented on today's election exercise.
In the East, we came with 2 sub-counties, Makinde West with 3. That alone is unfair. In that I blame the NRM. They should have given us 3 sub-counties versus 3.
Grateful to all the people who have elected me and who have put me in their first vote. I pledge to work for all the NRM programs and so that the NRM succeeds.
The youth, the women and others. So it is only we, the entrepreneurs, who don't have any representative in the parliament. Moreover, we are the backbone of the
our own division in the Makinde East. If we cannot...
In Inakawa, the exercise was peaceful and winners expressed their gratitude. Isima Wagaba won NRM District Chairperson. Ronald Ndolimana Youth Leadership, as Abasi Mulema was voted the leader persons with disabilities.
Bring back Kampala to NRM.
Isima Wagaba emphasized the unity among party members in Inakawa.
Generation yeneriwo ngenda kuza NRM ngenda kubera 100% when Nakawa wano lwalero ngenda kuza NRM okuva ku bakansala kwa mayor ngenda kuleta paka n'abaka ba parliament ngenda baleta mu parliament kumanyi gange.
Now over to Arua district, the chairperson race for the National Resistance Movement has ended with complaints from candidates who lost the elections. In Arua district, NRM chairman seat was taken by Boniface Alioni, who scored 78, defeating Simon Atupa, who scored 70 votes.
A thorough check of the voters' register, the various candidates were given chances to sell out their agenda to voters who formed the Electoral College.
As in Gazo, mobilization Ezo, President Museveni, as in flag bearers, Amavle Didri, Bazio Kida, Matala, Siska Magabene, Amadiaka, Mayabene, Alliance Mavu, Gameta Malia, Amama Nevuraro, Afalone.
No sooner had the open campaigns got concluded than the contestants were made to stand in front for their respective supporters to line behind each one of them to determine the winner. This was the defining moment for Boniface Alioni to prove a point of victory over and above his counterpart, Simon Atupa.
I want to thank the delegates, the NRM structures of Vra and the Arua district for having voted me as NRM chairman, Arua district 2026 to 2031.
Despite the electoral results, Simon Atupa remained skeptical with the reservations about the victory of Alioni.
But the outcome of the voting, I am not satisfied with it. The electoral process was marred with a lot of irregularities. The registrars were unfair on our side. They were counting incorrectly.
Julius Abele, the Arua District NRM Registrar, who presided over the elections, said his office is ready to receive any complaint from whoever is not satisfied with the electoral results.
Now, the process for election was okay. We started with the introduction of the delegates. We called their names. Generally, the election was so peaceful. After elections, then we normally have complaints. And these complaints, some of them are genuine, others are not genuine. Then after which we cannot refuse their complaints. Let them come with their complaints so that we can handle them.
According to Boniface Alioni, his success is for the good of the people of Arua district who have been supporting NRM by promoting the party manifesto.
And we are so into other political parties that we are democratic political party. All those who participated, they are mobilizers, and I'm going to join hands with them to mobilize for votes for NRM in Arua District, West Nile and Uganda at large. And I am committed in working with any other person who contested with me.
In the mainstream, the other positions remained unopposed apart from the positions of chairperson and publicity secretary. Arua District, which is now Vura County, has been a stronghold for the national resistance movement since 2001. Joseph Fodama, UBC News.
Now, the NRM mainstream and women's elections for the Lira district has been postponed, as we hear more in this report.
By 10 a.m., delegates brought in school buses by different candidates had arrived at Ogur Seed Secondary School, the venue for the election. The process, which started calmly in the morning, turned rowdy in late afternoon when delegates who voted for Workers' League and Entrepreneurship refused to leave the venue with the intent to vote. This forced Moses Okelo, the district registrar, to postpone the election, citing petition which he received early in the morning. He said the postponed election will be held on a later date and urged the delegates to be calm and peaceful.
All those things which has come up, which we have seen, and the tension that other people didn't want to go out. The entrepreneurs and other people who have voted in their leagues, they don't want to get out, they want to fight. So with that tension, we need to take care of ourselves. I look at my staff, I cannot make my staff go for. So with that, I had to announce postponement, and we are going to communicate to all the parties.
However, both candidates for the position of district chairperson, Linda Agnes Awuma, the woman MP for Lira district, and Sam Mingola, the senior presidential advisor, are confident that they will both win, despite both accusing each other of election malpractice.
Thank you very much. We are very disappointed as I'm a candidate. My people have been hidden since Monday. I went to Gur, I could not find any person. Only the dedicated people were there. And then the rest were in Aromo, in all other places. All our people were taken away. Now you have seen them, they have appeared in uniform. That is a sign of corruption, of rigging election.
There's no single day that the registrar or the police came to my home to raid it, and any candidate who had come to my home that very day to talk to my voters. These are kickers of a dying horse. I'm ready to skin them.
Meanwhile, in Lira City, Dr. Jen Ruth Acheng was declared the chairperson after she emerged unopposed.
Today we have also made a commitment to end forthwith all kinds of wrangles, all kinds of conflicts, all kinds of abuse that has been within the party, and preach peace, preach harmony, preach unity, preach love, which is the vision of NRM.
Edi Olua, UBC News.
Thank you very much there, Edi. Right now, Minister of State for Public Service, Mary Grace Mugasa, has thanked President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for choosing her among the many by appointing her to cabinet. Mugasa has this Friday held a public Thanksgiving ceremony in Kikube district, an event graced by the President himself, President Yoweri Museveni Kaguta, as the chief guest.
Hoima Diocese Bishop Right Reverend Vincent Kirabo has led the Friday 23rd May 2025 Thanksgiving Mass of State Minister of Public Service, Mary Grace Mugasa. The Mugasa family has organized this Thanksgiving to celebrate life and elevation at an event held at Chabayanja in Kikube district.
Isetwe na mwana na moyo mwikirire gwasirimukewo.
Prime Minister Robina Nabanja, Ministers Matia Kasaija, Muruli Mukasa, Balamba Rukahara, Huda Olero, Godfrey Kabyanga, Jennifer Namuyango, Fred Byamukama, among others, attended the Thanksgiving Mass. Others included IGP Abbas Byakagaba, CID boss Tom Magambo, Bunyoro Queen Omugo Margaret Karunga, and other religious leaders.
The word minister means service. You are called to serve the people of God. You are called to serve the nation.
The President of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, graced the ceremony as the chief guest. On a lighter note, Mr. Mugasa served her guests, among others, a cross-cutting entertainment. Minister Mary Grace Mugasa was excited to host the celebration and the president as well.
Aloysius Mugasa omchwezi adieri rugai kando baba muyiwa wa abasita n'abaana baitu musembere hano abamuti babamanyire abamuni babamanya musembere hano mwanguhe
bale kumuha obugatwa obwihanga lya Uganda ninkuraganiza nkutujja kwongera kumusagika akukore kurungi kandi akore hingalini
oza kusima mukama wange president habwo kwikiriza abantu babunyoro kukora naye mu government yawe kutandikira kimu halinye we prime minister wa Uganda omukuru Kasaija minister wa finance abana baitu ba ministers aba polisi na abandi bona mutero mungaro bantu babunyoro muzetu kuraganiza tubairemu hali omukafu tujja kukora titwakuswaza.
And thereafter, President Museveni was invited to address the gathering, which gathered in its hundreds.
Ogwa okusima kwa mkamwana wange Mary Mugasa abokuba Mugasa mwiho wange.
Museveni stressed that a peaceful country is a responsibility of all Ugandans.
Ati nkoze kurungi okuleta abantu bano bona ushobora kubaza nabo ibyo kushobora kubaza nabo nuko biyica ngo okwebeverensi okora imirimo yensi ukutarubanizamo.
He further reiterated his support towards the realignment of the UPDF operations, notably the recent UPDF Amendment Bill 2025 passed by Parliament.
Nyida kushima ba member wa Parliament hariho ikizubu abana batakumenya kibakora kibabire baresire aba opposition nibatomera ningana bakozeswa abanyanzurwa ba Uganda.
Museveni, who happens to be the country's wealth creation crusader, tipped Bunyoro sub-region about the 4-acre model agriculture.
Nkarora bamugase barukora aba family yo atubaguda barukurungi hano.
Just like he has emphasized wherever he has gone, Museveni maintains that it is through wealth creation, industrialization, city and services that Uganda will move to the next step.
Thanking God for the gift of leadership and for the gift of President Museveni. He has appointed me a minister ex officio. That is very uncommon to many people. I want to thank him for honoring me and my family for allowing us to be our chief guest today.
Mary Grace Mugasa is a mother and family member who was picked from her private life in 2021 to the cabinet of Uganda, where she currently serves as the Minister of State for Public Service. Robert Nyango, UBC News.
Big think about the MTN Super. Wali yakapia musite wali yakapia. MTN kabo the super mustairo mpia. Then you kabo the smartphone nebi akabibiona. MTN kabo the super mustairo mpia. Then you Kabode smartphone nebya kabibyonna.
Get the new Kabode Super Smartphone and enjoy 16 GB free. Start with a deposit of only 45,000 Uganda shillings and pay the rest mpola in daily installments of less than 1K. You can also make weekly and monthly installments. Together, our vibes are unstoppable. Terms and conditions apply.
MTN.
MTN is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
I got to learn about the Powerball through the website www.nationallottery.go.ug. Played Powerball tickets worth 5,000, used an option of quick pick, and that's how I was able to be the lucky one to win 35 million. I checked my tickets online and I found out that I had winning numbers. The feeling was incredible and full of excitement. I would advise everyone who's 18 and above that whatever you're seeing here exemplifies reality. And I want to take this opportunity to thank Uganda National Lottery for bringing us this opportunity to win millions.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
Are you a woman with a small-scale business with a dream of growing it to another level? The GROW Project is here to support you in realizing your dream.
The GROW Project is a government initiative implemented by the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development and Private Sector Foundation Uganda with support from the World Bank.
We support women-owned businesses across the country to gain hands-on and business management skills through training within your location, business financing through grants and affordable loans, and infrastructure in your areas of operation to enable you to increase your productivity.
If you have a business that makes sales of up to 800,000 Uganda shillings per month, the GROW Project has the tools and resources to help you succeed. For more information, contact your district or city GROW focal person or call our toll-free line on 0800 307 777 to learn more about how you can benefit from the GROW Project's services.
The GROW Project, empowering women economically, transforming communities.
Every year on the 5th of June, Uganda joins the rest of the world to celebrate World Environment Day. This year, the national celebrations will be held in Kabale District at Kigezi High School Primary Playground under the theme, United Against Plastic Pollution. This year's theme is a call to action for all to avoid single-use plastics, reduce, reuse and recycle plastics instead of disposing them off irresponsibly. Plastics are choking our rivers, harming wildlife and threatening our health. But together, we can change this trend. Within this challenge lies the power of collective action. In the days leading up to the 5th of June, communities across Uganda will be taking action through a number of pre-World Environment Day activities, including community cleanups to reclaim spaces taken up by plastic litter, restoration through tree planting, community dialogues, and engagements with learners in schools. Your participation in these activities is what will bring meaningful change for our environment. Join us on the 5th of June in Kabale for this year's World Environment Day celebrations. Together, let's stand united against plastic pollution. This message is brought to you by the National Environment Management Authority, NEMA, ensuring sustainable development.
Life in Uganda today comes with so many uncertainties.
Where will Madam get Kameza if I get an accident and can't work?
If anything happens to me, what will Junior eat?
Kale Musa is still in the hospital. Guy is missing a lot of money here.
With a monthly payment of only 3,000 shillings off your Equity personal account for Equi-Life Insurance, you will be entitled to 50,000 shillings hospital cash per night spent in a registered facility up to 20 nights every year. And your family will receive 3 million shillings in case of your death. Visit your nearest equity agent to sign up today or call 0312 327 000 for assistance.
And into our second segment, the legal team representing Dr. Kizza Besigye and Haji Obedi Rutale has stormed out of the court proceedings after the accused withdrew instructions of their representation in court. This came after the prosecution moved court to hear the case today, Friday, contrary to the date of 29th May 2025.
Immediately when the court proceedings started, Elias Lukwago asked court not to proceed with the case on grounds that they can't proceed with the case. When the lead lawyer for Dr. Kizza Besigye, Martha Karua, was not in court, Lukwago added that since they were told to come back to court on 29th May 2025 and they were not aware of the reasons why they were in court today, there was no way they could proceed with the matter, apart from hearing the mandatory bail application.
For us, we could not get to understand the reason why we are here from the state. It is the court to tell us. It is the court that issued the production warrant.
One, to refer the matter to the High Court for fair hearing, and as they referred it, to grant bail.
However, all prayers were objected by the prosecution on grounds that they had moved court to proceed with the matter, with the issues they were yet to present to court.
You can imagine this fleet of lawyers, only to claim that the only person who is going to move this court is Martha. Yes.
Even up to this particular moment we are speaking right now, we have not seen the contents of that letter.
Prosecution also objected to the allegations that the accused have spent 6 months on remand without committal.
And an arithmetic calculation leads us to 3 months and not the 180 days.
It would also appear that actually he has not taken time to educate himself about all the matters concerning this case, that it has got a long history up to the time when the Supreme Court quashed the proceedings.
The presiding magistrate, Esther Nyandoi, in giving the ruling, overruled the defense's prayers, allowing prosecution to proceed with its prayers, which ruling was objected by Dr. Kizza Besigye.
I believe that the team of lawyers in court present can ably represent the accused. This court thus finds no basis to refer the matter to High Court under the Human Rights.
The appointed the Honorable Maago come from that far.
Basing on the ruling, Dr. Kizza Besigye decided to withdraw instructions from his legal team, asking court to proceed with lawyer Martha Karua, or else he abandons the session, with no more options available to them following the withdrawal of the instructions by Dr. Kizza Besigye. The lawyers stormed out of court proceedings, although the magistrate attempted to plead with them. Although prosecution proceeded with its prayers, it was hard since the accused Dr. Kizza Besigye was not ready to proceed without legal representation. In proceeding, prosecution informed court of their intention to amend the charge sheet. However, Magistrate Esther Nyandoi declined to grant the prayers since the accused Dr. Kizza Besigye's legal team was not present.
Just rearrange the charges therein.
You attempted to proceed without instructions. It's not only a professional misconduct, but it is a matter that invites criminal sanctions against you. It's criminal. And inadvertently cause a miscarriage of justice that can lead to execution of somebody.
Nyandoi adjourned the case to 29th May 2025 for mention of the case. However, before court proceedings started, there was chaos and scuffle in court as litigants fought with security operatives who were in plain clothes in court.
I was taking my shot. One of them just hijacked my phone. And now my people had to rescue the phone.
Last time, even the police that is responsible for providing security at court, I think has also been taken over by a judge. So they come ahead of us in their tents, dressed like civilians.
Dr. Kizabe CJ Hajobedi Lutale and Captain Olar Charis are facing charges of treason and misprision of treason at Nakawa Chief Magistrate's Court. Deborah Namamonde, UBC News.
Now away from court over to Kunjiri, NRM elections, Rujumbura County Member of Parliament Major General retired Jim Mohweze has been elected as the Rukunjiri District NRM Party chairperson after defeating General Henry Tumukunde, who pulled out of elections citing irregularities. Addressing NRM party supporters after the election, the security minister hailed the NRM party members for voting him, promising to build the party from grassroots to a national level.
Owned by government shall not be one founder, promoter, or other member of the political party or organization. Hold an office in a political party or organization. Seek in public authority. No, sorry, the law is...
Now, 4 police officers attached to Police Flying Squad Chireka have been charged and remanded on charges of aggravated robbery and conspiracy to commit a felony.
The 4 police officers include Detective Superintendent of Police Besije James Chiguya, aged 38 years, Detective Kopolo Owana Simon, aged 36, Mulangira Francis Abdul, 33, and Detective Kopolo Mande Tibejuka. The 4 appeared at Nakawa Magistrate's Court before Magistrate Frank Namanya, and they were charged with 2 counts of aggravated robbery and conspiracy to commit a felony, contrary to Section 336, 266, and 267 of the Penal Code Act.
On the 9th day of May 2025, at Solent Avenue, Nakawa Division in Kampala District, robbed Tumukunde John Vian of his 1 kilogram of gold valued at USD 105,000 and cash to wit US dollars 1,000, and at or immediately before or after the time of the said robbery was in possession of a deadly weapons, to wit a pistol and AK.
Prosecution told court that inquiries into the matter still ongoing and asked court for more time, which court granted. Since the court has no jurisdiction to hear such capital offences, the accused were remanded to Luzira Government Prison until 12th June 2025, when they will come back in court for mention of the case. Prosecution alleges that the 4 police officers attached to Police Flying Squad in Chireka at a gunpoint robbed Tumukunde John Vianney $105,000 and $1,000 at Stolen Avenue, Nakawa Division in Kampala District. Deborah Namamonde, UBC News.
Now, a little bit into the health world, the Executive Director of Maago National Referral Hospital, Dr. Rosemary Byanyima, has called on government to increase the hospital's budget to address pressing operational charges. Byanyima's remarks follow a viral video circulating on social media in which concerns are raised about the medical care received by the late Kakoza John Baptist, husband to Justice Irene Muliagonja, during his time at the facility. Dr. Byanyima clarified that Mr. Kakoza was admitted to Maago Hospital from April 9th to May 6, 2025, having been referred from Nsambya Hospital. During his stay, he was treated for multiple conditions and a series of clinical laboratory tests were conducted.
And on the same 6B, you can fail to find an NG tube.
Evidence from the nurse in charge is that the NG tube was available on the ward. Further review prescribed reinstatement of medication that he had defaulted on. And we learned that the same medication had earlier been prescribed by a doctor outside Maago Hospital. After explaining to the attendant, finally on the 21st of April, they accepted that we administer that medication. With improved feeding through the NG tube, the patient's vitals also improved. And this patient's blood pressure and glucose levels, which had gone down because of not feeding, started coming up, and the blood sugar levels, because he was diabetic, went high, and he needed now insulin. Insulin for emergencies is kept in a central place at the medical emergency unit, and when it was prescribed on 6B for this patient, the nurse on duty, accompanied by the attendant then, who was the son of the deceased, went together to the medical emergency unit and secured the insulin, and it was administered to the patient. And this is actually recorded on file that the insulin was administered. So this had to be picked from the medical emergency, and I think when it wasn't picked right from the ward, and not knowing that we keep this medicine at the emergency, it was assumed maybe that the hospital did not have insulin, but we had insulin. The patient was discharged from our hospital in a much better condition than he arrived in. He could sit in bed, he could talk, communicate, and the attendants also reported improvement, and that's why we were able to discharge him. He was much brighter, and when he was leaving, actually was like gesturing and exchanging pleasantries with the people who were attending to him. And we were very surprised about the negative utterances in social media that went viral.
Brought to you by
Techno and MTN. Together, our flash snap is unstoppable. Grab the Techno Camon 40 series and get free 9 GB of MTN data valid for 3 months. Don't wait. Get your Techno Camon 40 today at Techno stores and MTN outlets. MTN is regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind,
Welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotellaconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
Brought to you by
Now, lastly, into a business segment, the Minister for Gender, Labour and Social Development, Betty Amonge, has directed the security leadership in Buikwe District, headed by the resident district commissioner, to urgently resolve the ongoing land disputes that are threatening the project and progress of GROW project.
Her visit comes shortly after the government disbursed 4.2 billion Uganda shillings to NAL and 300 million Uganda shillings to Chiyindi Women Fish Processors Association. The funding was officially announced during the International Labour Day celebrations. The primary objective of the financial support is to upgrade common user facilities at both institutions to enable women operate in cleaner, more efficient environments.
Department of Inspection and Export of Ministry of Agriculture will have to come and inspect that you are working in an environment that people can eat your product. So all those, we have signed an agreement with them that when you get support under GROW and your product is ready to go to the market, we send you UNBS and Ministry of Agriculture, that they will come and support you. You will be supported to apply so that you also get certification for free.
While at NAL, Minister Mongi encouraged women entrepreneurs to apply for individual grants to further grow their businesses and increase productivity.
We are reviewing the types of banks and financial institutions that can reach you, but note that this loan is for those who already have businesses. If you have any business, even if it's small, you can access this money. We are going to diversify and bring on board corporate.
Dr. Roboni Tomohimbise, Director of NAL, welcomed the initiative, emphasizing that the funds will address key challenges such as limited workspace, lack of storage, and insufficient technical support.
Accessing infrastructure for especially agribusiness. And I'm happy I'm talking now when you've already seen some of the equipment. For example, you've seen some of the equipment. For a small scale processor to buy a ribbon mixer, that's a lot of money. Yet, if an institute, this one buys it, puts it in one place, then various users can come and share it.
The minister then toured the Chiyindi Women Fish Processors Association, where the beneficiaries expressed gratitude, noting that they have long worked under unhygienic and inadequate conditions.
Era tuli basanyufu nnyo ng'esente zize naffe abantu b'ekyalo n'ensinga Uganda mujja kweyagala nnyo okuba nti mufuna ebyennyanja mu kifo ekituufu ekiyonjo ekiraba nga kizimbiddwa.
The grant will significantly transform their working environment. Minister Mongi once again emphasized the urgent need to resolve land wrangles, warning that these disputes continue to undermine government development programs.
You cannot develop, you cannot get money for PDM and invest on heaven. You have to invest on the land. and the law protects the Bibanja holders. You cannot evict them. So I want the RDC, the RDC, please protect these people. Do not allow the issue of people being evicted without any reason.
Also present was the Minister of State in the Office of the Vice President, Diana Mutasingwa, who urged women to form cooperatives to enhance their collective bargaining power and access the resources.
Bachala bano bakola value addition. Bongera kuki ku mutindo ebintu byabo byogera kuki ku mutindo n'abachala balana balaba ku Women's Day mwajja n'ebintu byammwe nga mwongera kuki ku mutindo omanyi okutunda mukene tekimala nga bw'omanyi eggwanga nga bwekola ki nga bwerikyuka tekikola ki kati olina okwongerako ku mutindo okole powder.
The Boyikwe RDC underscored the importance of empowering women, stressing that such initiatives make them self-reliant and economically independent.
N'okwebaza gavumenti ya President Museveni okulowooza ennyo ku bakyala ozulidde weefu ez'abavubu.
And with that story, we do end our bulletin. My name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango. Let's meet again at 10 o'clock.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
This May 24th is the grand finale of the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo 2025. Festival Day at Speak Resort Munyonyo. Experience a vibrant mix of music, dance, fashion, art, a fun-filled kids section and an epic boat regatta on Lake Victoria. Live on stage, Luthri, Winnie Nwaji, Abeka Band, Otim Alpha, Suna Ben, Shilaga Shumba, Salvador, Alideki Brian, Crane Performers and more. General tickets go for 20k and VIP for 50k. Get yours now at tagticketing.com. What a festival day. Celebrate culture, celebrate Uganda. Don't miss it.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Yes, a very good evening to you tuned into UBC TV. We thank you so much for following all our work in terms of programs, news and everything. And I warmly welcome you to this week's edition of One-on-One with Michael Jordan Lukoma. And we are entering into the political season with a bang. How are we going to do it? We shall visit all the political parties in this country and get to know how they are preparing and warming up to take power come 2026. We shall have the presidential elections starting exactly with that in January or February, around there, as per the roadmap of the Electoral Commission that was launched towards the end of last year. Now, we have gotten a chance to talk to the Forum for Democratic Change, and those are the people that we are starting it with. They have had a lot. They have been in the news for so many things, problematic and other achievements as a party. They have been that very strong party for a very long time, and we want to know how ready they are for 2026, the state of affairs within their circles, and how they are preparing for the hot season of 2026. My guest is the acting party president, that is the Honorable Kapsi Fungaru. He is former MP of Obongi.
Yeah, Obongi constituency.
Obongi, which district is that?
Obongi was in Moyo district.
Okay.
Currently, Obongi is a new district on its own.
On its own.
Yeah.
And you're coming back for the seat.
Yes.
We are so glad to have you.
Thank you very much.
Where is Engineer Amriat and the Secretary General and all those other people that it is you now running the party?
I am acting president of the FDC for the reason that the president of the FDC, His Excellency Engineer Patrick Amoria Toboy, has expressed interest to be the flag bearer of the FDC for the election of 2026, okay, the general elections of Uganda. And there are other people who have also expressed interest. Therefore, for the party to select a flag bearer, there has got to be a primary election to select that flag bearer. and His Excellency Engineer Patrick Amory Toboy has become a candidate in the flag bearer race at the primary level in the FDC. And in the FDC, the rule is if you are going to run for a position where there is a competition between you and another party member or another party executive, if you are a member of the